Good morning and welcome to Take Your Life Back Today show with me, Ralf Friedrichs. Today we are going to touch the topic of 5 things to love in sobriety. These are my 5 personal favorite things that I love being in sobriety that I hope you will agree is something that you might love in your sobriety, in your recovery. First, I just want to talk about, for a brighter future, my morning saying. Trust your decisions and your feelings and do what is best for you. The future will work itself out. You're the kind of person who can make it happen. Don't let anyone's negativity influence your dreams, your values, and your hopes. Focus on what you can change and let go of what you cannot change because you cannot control everything. You know your own worth, what you have accomplished, and what you are capable of accomplishing in the future. Your goals may take a bit longer and be harder to achieve than you had hoped for, but concentrate on the positives and combine faith with generous portions of patience and determination. Step boldly and confidently into your future where happiness, success, and dreams await you. You have the potential for greatness. Never ever give up on trying to achieve that. I want to give a shout out to Larry Geis from the Geis Academy. You can reach him at 516-485-2741. That's 516-485-2741. You can also find him on the internet at www.odysseyconsultant.org. Many of you might say, who is Larry Geis? Well, Larry Geis is a addiction recovery coach, a life coach. He is what I am, only 30 times stronger because he's got over 30 years experience, folks. He will help you, your family member, or your friends go from addiction to recovery, hand in hand, 24 hours at a time. He will never ever look at the past, talk about the past. He wants to move forward. Let's talk about today and tomorrow to make you, that's right, you, a better person. Call Larry Geis at 516-485-2741 and tell Larry Geis that you heard about him on the Take Your Life Back Today show. GlobalEyeglasses.com, where they are focused on saving you money. Folks, if you need help placing your order, I am here with over 30 years experience in the optometry business. All you need to do is call me. I will help you with your frame. I will help you with your lenses, your tints, your coatings. Call me at 844-405-HELP or text me at 631-599-0218. Folks, for every person for this weekend that calls me and wants to place an order and does place an order, I will give you a code to put into the coupon code for free shipping. But you need to make that first move. You need to give me a call at 844-405-HELP or text me at 631-599-0218 and I will help pick your glasses. I will help you work your way through Global Eyeglasses website and let them and me focus on saving you money. 5 things to love in sobriety. If you have never been an addict, it may be difficult to explain, but what difference sobriety can make after years of drinking and or using drugs. The person who is using substances is powerless over them and is no longer has control over whatever he or she is trying to accomplish in life. The lack of self-esteem that goes along with whatever other emotions that a person is trying to bury underneath the addiction, such as guilt, shame, anger, anxiety, depression, or stress, is also constantly present. It provides fuel for the addiction too, since users turn to chemicals to feel better about themselves. Once someone receives an appropriate treatment for drug and alcohol addiction, they have an entirely new lease on life. Their attitude toward everything changes and they find they have plenty of things to love in sobriety, and these are my personal favorite 5 things to love in sobriety. Number 1, the fact of being alive. Addiction is a serious disease that, if left untreated, has the very real potential to be fatal for those affected by it. One of the gifts of sobriety is getting that monkey off the user's back so that he or she is no longer continually feeding the addiction. They can breathe easier, enjoy much better health as a result. Number 2, Improved self-esteem. Once someone gets sober, they learn that they don't need chemicals to be accepted just the way they are. Doing drugs or drinking won't give them the confidence they need to make good choices. In fact, the opposite is far more likely. Folks, number 3, making plans and keeping them. Just about everyone who is an addict has made plans to do something or spend time with family members or friends, but changed them or just didn't show up because they were getting drunk or high, looking for drugs, or recovering from using them. Being able to keep your word is something that you can be proud of and love in your sobriety. Number 4, support of family and friends. Active users will find it very challenging to be able to count on getting support from family and friends, since most of an addict's family and friends have been let down numerous times. It is challenging for them to learn to trust the addict in their circle again. Once trust and support has been reestablished, it is something to be nurtured and loved in sobriety. And number 5 on my personal favorite list of what 5 top things to love in sobriety is all the small joys that life has to offer. Sobriety removes the scales of a person's eyes and allows them to appreciate the simple things like being able to enjoy waking up in bed without a headache or feeling nauseous or even knowing where one is. Food and drink taste better in sobriety, and it's much easier to enjoy being in the moment without focusing on the past or worrying about the future. There's plenty to love in sobriety. And Take Your Life Back. Today's show offers any information you might need on drug and alcohol treatment programs to help you or your loved one get there. What you need to do is to contact us, me, anytime you have a question about any drug or alcohol treatment centers, drug and alcohol programs, drug and alcohol methods of sobriety, recovery methods, I should say, or any other thing relating to that or life itself. Call me at 844-405-HELP or text me at 631-599-0218. Let's recap. 5 things to love in sobriety. If you have never been an addict, it may be difficult to explain what a difference sobriety can make after years of drinking or using drugs. The person who is using substances is powerless over them and no longer has control over whatever he or she does in life. This is why these 5 things, once you have accomplished in accepting the fact that you have a problem, you need to break that wall of denial down and say, yes, I have a problem with drugs and alcohol. There is no shame whatsoever in admitting that. If anything, people will appreciate you. People will find you certainly more attractive by admitting you have a problem. But folks, one has to go hand in hand with the other. So once you break that wall of denial down, that you have a problem, you need to reach out to your higher power. In my case, and I hope in your case as well, is the Lord Jesus Christ, God. Because in conjunction with denial being lifted and accepting the fact that you have a problem and the Lord's miracle way of guiding and direct you, you will become a different person. You will see changes such as physical changes, you will mental changes, financial changes, spiritual changes, relationship changes. The list is on and on and on, but you need to first admit you have a problem. The days of denial have to come to an end, and they have to come to an end before it's too late. Number 1 on my list was the fact of being alive. Folks, it is such a pleasure to wake up every day knowing that God, the Almighty, has given me another 24 hours on this beautiful earth. Folks, every time you wake up and you're sober is another lease, another day of your life given by the Almighty God. Why not appreciate that day each and every day? And why not start living your life healthier, better, for your family, for your loved ones, for your friends, and for God Himself? But also start reaching out to other people who might need your help. Number 2, improve self-esteem. Folks, one of the biggest things that I felt during my drunken years was the fact that I felt low down. I felt like everybody was looking at me. I felt like people were talking about me. I felt like I couldn't accomplish anything. And you know what? All those things hold true when you're involved in drugs and alcohol. And that's why when you admit you have a problem and you seek God for guidance and direction, all those things will start improving, including self-esteem. Number 3 on my list was making plans and keeping them. How many times as a drunk or someone that's doing drugs says, yeah, I'll meet you down the street, I'll meet you at McDonald's, I'll definitely be there for a job, and you don't show. They don't show. Why? Because they're under the influence of drugs and or alcohol, and that, my friend, will control your life. Number 4, support of family and friends. One of the biggest things every alcoholic and every drug addicted person will guarantee experience is the fact that they are alienated themselves and isolated themselves from family and friends. Because you, as the person that was doing drugs or doing alcohol, like myself, we lied, we took things, we cheated, all that to feed our addiction. But the minute you break that wall of denial and start accepting the fact that you do have a problem, and you seek God, all that will be lifted. And folks, your family and friends more than likely will come around, but it does take time to build that trust again, because that trust was probably broken over and over and over. And you know what? It's so hard to trust a person when you get lied to and you get cheated and this and that. But with God's guidance and direction, not only will He touch your life and guide you and direct you, but He will touch your family's life and your friends' life. And touch their souls and touch their hearts, to have them come around you again. Everything will come full circle once more. Number 5, you will start enjoying all the small things life has to offer, like that sunshine, like the mountains, like the landscapes, like just what, folks, for an example, I love now taking a nice walk somewhere. I really do. During my drunken days, the only walk I truly enjoyed was getting away from my family and friends so I could sneak in the alcohol, sneak in the drug. Well, I didn't sneak in drugs, but sneak in the alcohol. But there are people that make the walks, take the walks to sneak all those things in like I did with the alcohol. This is why sobriety removes the scales from a person's eyes and allows them to appreciate the simple things like being able to enjoy waking up in bed in the morning without any hangovers or nausea. Food and drinks start tasting better in sobriety, and much easier to enjoy being in the moment without focusing on the past, like waking up and saying, where was I last night? Who was I with? And also it helps you not worry about the future, because when you accept God and you ask God for guidance and direction, it is up to God to guide and direct you. You are no longer in control. Yes, you control your actions and you control yourself, but God will control your future, and I will guarantee you this, my friend, God will never let you down. There's plenty to love in sobriety, and here on the Take Your Life Back Today show, if you give me a call at 844-405-HELP or text me at 631-599-0218, I will also give you any information you might need on outpatient drug and alcohol programs. If you need information on treatment centers, if you need information on local AA organizations or even online AA, because there is an online or many online AA organizations, I will help you get all that information. But you need to reach out. Text me at 631-599-0218. I want to just read A Brighter Future one more time in case you missed it. For a brighter future, my friends, trust your decisions and your feelings and do what's best for you. The future will work itself out. You're the kind of person who can make it only happen. Don't let anyone's negativity influence your dreams, values, or hopes. Focus on what you can change and let go of what you cannot change. You know your own worth, what you've accomplished, and what you're capable of accomplishing down the road. Your goals may take a bit longer and be harder to achieve than you had hoped for, but concentrate on the positives and combine faith with generous portions of patience and determinations, and those goals will be achieved. Step boldly and confidently into your future, where happiness, success, and dreams await you. If you have potential for you have the potential for greatness, and what you can do is practice the theory of never ever giving up. All these changes that we talk about, video after video, day after day, week after week, all these changes can only happen, my friends, if you take small steps. Children only learn to run by first crawling, and then walking, and then running. And the same applies to your ability to witness the changes in your sobriety, in your recovery. Step by step, day by day, consistently, you need to just practice living the best you can in your recovery. Sobriety is so important. And don't be selfish and just concentrate on yourself. As you feel more confident in your sobriety and you feel stronger and you've done it for a while, branch out like a tree. Branch out and help people that have just maybe been introduced to sobriety, that are trying to recover. Branch out to them, help them, and even branch out to people that are not influenced by drugs or alcohol. Your elderly neighbors, branch out to them with just some help, because karma in life is so true. And when you're good to others, good things will happen to you. And if you start believing that whatever you think positively in your mind, I guarantee you will positively happen in your life. Avoid the negative people in your life. I'm not saying do not talk to them, but I'm saying avoid believing what they say or letting them influence their negativity in your positive life. Teach your children to say no to drugs and alcohol right from the beginning of life, all the way until they leave home. Continuously do that. Become the hero, the role model that they look at when they look through their little eyes. What does that mean? That means you shouldn't drink or smoke or use profanity or physically abuse, because what you do in front of them, they will do. Lead by example. If you don't want them to drink, don't you drink. If you don't want them to smoke, etc., don't smoke. If you don't want them to curse, you cannot curse. And never ever physically abuse anyone in life, whether it's in front of your children or not. It is just wrong to physically abuse. If you have problems with other people in life, talk it out or avoid them. Physical abuse will not be tolerated, accepted, and God looks at it as a negative thing. And maybe if you have an anger issue, go seek counseling or reach to God and ask God for some sort of guidance and directions to get you out of that mode. Folks, I promise you that a sober today makes for a better tomorrow. So if you stay sober for these 24 hours today and wake up tomorrow morning sober and repeat the pattern of staying sober one day at a time, you will accomplish a week, a month, a year. And if one day seems too far stretched, like I've known people to have, break it up into 3 8-hour shifts. Concentrate on the moment of sobriety, the moment it is now, to make the changes. Break that wall of denial today. Reach for God today. Ask for guidance and direction. If you need any help, you can call me at 844-405-HELP, or you can text me at 631-599-0218. You can go to any one of my websites. You can Google Ralf Friedrichs, or you can Google Take Your Life Back Today show with Ralf Friedrichs, or you can go on YouTube, Facebook. I am everywhere for you to reach out if you need any help. Folks, I hope to God each and every one out in my audience, no matter where you might be, and I know some of you might be in a jail cell, some of you might be in a homeless shelter or in a nursing home, or some of you might be right now just watching me at home in your living room or in your kitchen. No matter where you are, I hope you have the best day of your life. But folks, what I really hope, and I pray daily, is that whoever is watching me in my audience, no matter where you are, that you have a sober rest of your life. And folks, may God bless you.